let's see if I can do this. I'm just now sitting here. I'm kneeling in the garden and I'm weeding. And I'm talking to a friend. I'm actually Marco Poloing with a friend who's not feeling well. Yes, you got that right. Not feeling well. And I ramble because sometimes when people don't feel well, they just need to have their mind taken off of what's going on. So I'm mindlessly rambling, and out of my mouth comes the truth, but something that I just feel maybe you guys want to hear. So we moved here from a big city to Homestead. We had these big grand plans that we were going to have 2 rocking chairs on the porch, and we were going to live this amazing life where we would go out and weed in the morning, and then we would read at night. And we'd have iced tea on the front porch, and we literally would just have a relaxing, slow pace of a life. And we knew it would be hard because we would be building, strawberry. We would be building things from the ground up. We bought bare land. We bought just a couple acres. Oh, praise God that we just bought a couple acres. And we just wanted to, a place that we could call our own. I'm just going to sit down and have a conversation. We just wanted a place that we could call our own and do the hard work and reap what we sowed, right? Build a garden, plant a garden. And we were so pleased the first year when we planted 3 tomato plants while we were doing the construction of the buildings and stuff, the bringing in the cottage, which was a manufactured home, and building the chicken coop, stuff like that. And it was absolutely, hello, Mr. Mole. It was absolutely, the first year was great. The second year was fabulous. The third year was the year we had this massive garden, and we ate totally off of the garden. The whole entire summer, we would go up into the garden and we would see what we could eat. What could we eat? And it fed us so well. It was amazing. I'm going to look in the camera here. And I'm going to put this up without editing, hopefully. That was our dream. And then it became actual work. The more I built, the more I had to maintain, the less I could build. And the less I built, the more I was maintaining, to the point where I started crying, "Uncle, I can't do this anymore. I'm tired. My husband thought, you just need to go to sleep, right? Because men think differently than women. And one day I just cried out to him and I just said, "No, you don't get it. I'm tired. I need to, I can't do this anymore." At the risk of having the community hate me, I missed sidewalks. I missed our bike rides. I missed going to the local store for coffee and seeing friends that we knew and sitting or didn't know, and everybody talked to everybody. I just missed the community that a big city has. Big cities kind of make, the cat is like literally, big cities kind of make little communities inside of each other, and I missed that. I've lived here 10 years, and the people around me still don't even know, they don't even know who I am. I go to the grocery store and most of them still think I'm a tourist. But it got to the point where last year I was just, for the last 2 years I'd just been crying. I'm tired. I can't do this anymore. And so the deal was we were going to build a house and we were going to stop homesteading. And then, so we're building the house. I love the house. We're building the house, and I have the dreams that we're just going to go out and we're going to explore the state we live in. We're going to sightsee. We're going to go into the secondhand stores, and we're going to buy furniture to furnish the house with. And it's just going to be this magnificent bonding time again, because we're going to be together and not constantly working on the land, because we were constantly working on the land. And that's not what it's turned out to be. what happened was 2 days before we got residency, our state locked. 2 days after we got residency, our state locked down because of COVID. But it was during COVID that I learned something, because see, we were homesteading. I was trying to live like my great grandmother lived, where she lived on a couple acres in Santa Cruz, SoCal, California. And she managed all of her crops and her farmlands and her grapes and everything. And it was a beautiful little homestead in the middle of SoCal on 41st and SoCal Drive, right up in that area. It's now a parking lot. But what I saw her doing was she was feeding her family and people, that her family would come and see her, and it was kind of like a community for her. And I didn't realize how hard work she was doing, what hard work she did. Had I realized then what she was going through, I most likely would have learned to help her. I was young, but I would have wanted to help her. Homesteading is hard work. Now, we weren't going to do a garden. I cried out to my husband one day, I'm just tired. I can't do this anymore. I'm just tired. I'm tired of constantly missing out on everything. I'm tired of not being able to go and see my kids. I'm tired of everything, right? Everything. And we talked about whether I was going to get a job, what I wanted to do. And I just said, I don't know, but right now I can't do this anymore. I'm tired. Not the tired where you need to go to sleep and wake up the next morning. The weary, tired. The projects never end. There's no closure. There's no end in sight. The weeds continue to come no matter what. The weeds continue to come. I'll weed this area and it will be exactly like the weeds, like it is in less than a month. And it's a constant maintenance, and there were no rocking chair moments to be had. And then COVID hit, and I was the only one that had flour. I was the only one that had toilet paper, and I was the one sending yeast to my relatives and my family, because they didn't have any yeast and there was none to be found on the shelves. I didn't have any worries about when I was going to get food or where I was going to get food. There was always chicken available. If it wasn't in the freezer, it was down in the field. And I remember feeling so sad that we were being locked down when I still had the dreams of going out and touring the state that I live in now. And it didn't hit me. I was pretty much in shock for the first 3 weeks. And then it kind of hit me. No, this is the lifestyle. I didn't choose this lifestyle. I thought I chose this lifestyle. But this lifestyle literally chose me. Because for the first time, I was able to help people. Somebody would post they needed flour. They would trade it for toilet paper. And I was messaging them privately, hey, do you need anything? What do you need? I was finding myself filling secretly, without the actual people knowing, the holes of what they needed, and taking care of people. And as a 911 dispatcher, which is what I retired from, I liked that feeling. I liked knowing that I could still take care of people. Do I like the nonstop work? No. But I had nonstop work at 911, right? Nonstop. Do I like the fact that I literally am pulling weeds and it's backbreaking work? No. Can I do it because I know there's a purpose behind it? Yeah. So people that are all of a sudden getting this great big kick into homesteading, oh my goodness, I'm going to get in and it's going to be such a it's going to be a slower lifestyle. No, it's not slower. You constantly have to have a schedule. You have to water when you set seeds in the morning. You have to water them in the afternoon. You have to keep an eye out in case they dry out, so they don't dry out. You have to know which varieties grow best in your area. Trial and error. Yeah, it's not as easy as just throwing some seeds in the ground. Someday I might talk about the seed vaults. Don't do those. Don't waste your money, people. Don't waste your money. But until then, I guess this is my lifestyle. So people that didn't know me before, we had a channel, a homesteading channel, and it was called Thumper Lane Homestead. I literally was interviewed on podcasts, and this was my lifestyle. This was the way I was going. Macy's girl turned prepper. I am the Macy's girl turned prepper. Yeah, that's me. I'm not really a prepper. I wouldn't say I'm a prepper. I would say more that I am just a homesteader. I'm just a girl with a garden. And I just want to grow things and build things and create beauty and community within my land. So, if you want to know anything about me, that's it. Where this channel goes from now, one, I will continue weeding. That's just a given. And two, I'm going to take you on my tours of the land, my working and my weeding, and we're going to be sharing life together, because that's what community is. We share life together. And I'm going to share the struggles that I have learned along the decade of homesteading. Ironically, I always thought it was funny when I first started homesteading. The average homesteader, the average person that moves from the city and goes to homestead, does it for 7 years. That's the average. It's pretty much at the 5th year you start getting this, oh my goodness, I've made a mistake. And by the 7th year, you're packing up and going. You're leaving. You're going back to where you were. It didn't work out. It's a massively expensive thing to do. It's not cheap by any means. It's not the most inexpensive hobby to have. There's always something new on the horizon that you need to look at or learn or whatever. It's a never-ending job. But we are going to be tackling what I have found that has worked and what I have found that doesn't. Right now, I'm going to tell you, if you have anything more than a postage size stamped lot, there is a need and a purpose for Roundup. I'm sorry. I know everybody wants to do it without chemicals. I applaud you for that. I did it without chemicals for 9 years. Literally, I did it without any chemicals for 9 years. This year, I'm done. I cannot spend 2 weeks, and I'm not joking, 2 weeks weeding my driveway. It's just not feasible. And weeding this area every, this pathway, you pretty much can't see it. That's what I've done. That's what I need to do. There's strawberries in there somewhere. There's strawberries in there somewhere. But it's just not feasible. It really isn't. Water storage behind me. That is amazing. Old burn barrel. I'll show you my new burn barrel someday. My new burn barrel will never need to be redone. And if it does, I'll probably be dead by the time it needs to be redone. But this one literally was replaced every 4 to 5 years. You're replacing a burn barrel. That's $40 right there. And $20 for this little grill grate thing that you have to have. I found a much better solution. Don't waste your money. Don't waste your money. But stick with me. We're going to be along the road. I'm going to show you how I have figured out a way to not work and make more money not working than working. It really is, when you follow the simple principles, it really is a good lifestyle. It's just hard. And I'm going to take you along the road for some fun adventures, because I have some ideas and some fun things that I want to do. So you guys have to hold me accountable. I'm relying on you all to hold me accountable. When you see me working way too much and looking frazzled and stressed, you need to tell me to go take a hike. Like literally, Tabitha, go take a hike. Go take a hike. So until then, love you all. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you wouldn't mind. And if you have any questions on homesteading, shoot them at me, because I do things a little differently on this land. By a lot of trial and error and research. In the winter when it's raining, I was always researching. So I figured out how to do a bottomless chicken coop, a fire pit that you don't ever have to replace, water storage systems that work. Look at that right there. Look at that. And how to seal them up. Yep. Did you know that hot glue and a heat gun and one of these, hot glue and this same plastic, same type of plastic. We'll talk to you guys later. Have a great day. And a bug just flew in my eye. That is part of homesteading life, right? Homestead life. # homestead failures. Let's talk about those. We will. Coming up. Bye.